Hey guys, so this truck is always in the background of my videos, and it's always my F100 is always sitting in here, and this is always parked in there. And this truck, I actually wanted to do a short video on because it's starting to come together. I have had this truck for like 2 years, and I have not got a lot done on it in the time I've had it. I guess I haven't had it a full 2 years. I've had it on and off with the owner, and when he brought this thing to me, when I first met him, he was a gentleman that turned out to be a good friend actually, and we thought it just needed a little frame rail repair right underneath the driver's seat, and so we got to looking at it. We realized that this thing didn't have a floor in it, and so the entire floor was completely gone. The engine tunnel and everything was just kind of setting in there. And it had like 3/16 steel that someone had cut out in the shape of the floors and just had laying in there. The cab was rotted off up about 6 inches, and the frame rail was gone from pretty much here all the way back to the tail of the truck, minus a about 3 foot section in the middle. And then we started to kind of talk about what we were going to do with it and how we were going to dig into it and what the truck was going to become. And I am a young fabricator, just kind of getting out on my own. So I said, yeah, hell, I'm good at that stuff. I can, I can replace all that. I can fix it for you. And it ensued into this crazy, crazy thing where I have found all these people, and I'm now selling these quarter panels. I'm now selling these panels here. I'm working on right now this fender well. I'm working on trying to make one of those, but I sell the quarter panels. I sell the inner rocker skins. I sell these little braces right here. All this stuff. I make all this, and I make the quarter panel and skin and everything. I'll show you the other side in just a second. I made the floor pans, and I make full floor pans, and I have made like 60 sales this last year to all over the country, out of the United States, to the UK. It's been crazy. It's been really, really cool. And this truck, in the meantime, has kind of taken the brunt of it, because this is what started it all. This is where I got all these templates, and then I've kind of turned it into a job. And this poor thing has just been sitting, waiting for me to get back on it. And we're definitely going to make it a nice one. We're definitely ready to get it finished too. And it's a little different, because this is a little backwoods. This is a little bit, it is a little bit homebrewed. So, there's things about this that are a little different than other trucks. A little different than someone else would restore this. And I got some finish welding to do along that seam where I replaced everything. But other than that, this is all done. This is all welded up. I just made these first ones simple. That top rail right there that connects the top of this outer subframe area together, I made all this all the way up and all the way through. Like I said, I made the entire floor pan area. I made all the, where it comes around to the side here and stops. I've got to do under the doors yet. Like I said, I'm really trying to replicate this piece. I may end up getting it out of a donor van that the owner has and just saving the time and just getting it done. But and I've got a small piece back here to make, but little encapsulators for the end, and everything is painted, everything's coated and weld through primer, so it can all be protected and get put back together the right way. Another thing that we have a lot of time in, and it still needs a tiny bit of refining, is these corners and this roll pan, and the backing plate. And then I'll start showing you the bed in a second. But I had to make all of this stuff. I had to make everything down in here. This piece actually welds together right here. And then this I had to make down into here and down around there. And then the roll pan I just completely made from scratch. And I was able to come up from the bottom and weld it all in real nice. It's flush. It's dirty from sitting around. This has all had to be made and welded in. And then other than a small repair where I accidentally got a little thin, just a nice framed in rear roll pan, just simple. We're going to eliminate the bumper, so just to kind of smoothen it up, make the truck look a little nicer, and we're going to do something kind of different with the tailgate. And then the bed is, so this frame rail has been replaced pretty much completely. All the cross members were fixed, and we rolled and put new edges on the top and bottoms of them to strengthen them up. And then we used this 3/16 here, these strips, And we're building these filler panels to raise the sides up by about 1 inch. So we're going to put a wooden bed in this truck, and then hold downs and whatnot. What would initially be the stainless strip, we're going to do out of some other material like this and have it powder coated. And then once these panels are in, we're going to just smoothen all the seams out and have the bed coated in one coat. That way these panels are almost seamless with the inner fenders and the edge of the wooden bed floor. So there'll be that seam between it, but it'll meet up to it nice and smooth. And I think that's turning out really nice. Here's kind of making this rear one, getting it to fit right. I just rolled some kind of simple design into them and tried to make them look kind of like the bed floor on the outside, just something simple. This one probably should have got 2 of those, or even 3, but that's okay. They were an early piece, but they work good. They set in there really nice. I like them. Here is the other one that I have just started for this area here. I actually have a template of it, and the only reason I couldn't use this was because I put a brake here, and I wasn't able to get this spun around on the bead roller to finish the design. So this has become the template, but it fits in there well, and I'm going to come back through and weld on a couple of pieces so that we can really attach it into the bed nice. And we're going to brace it all up underneath. That way if any weight hits it, they don't dish in and sink or anything. So the bed is coming along. We have a tailgate in there. The owner and I have debated back and forth on the tailgate, and ultimately I disagree with how he wants the tailgate to open, but I'm totally okay with it because it is his truck and I can see his vision. We went ahead and got another set of hinges like the ones on the doors, and we're going to put them here so that it's one big gate that opens like a station wagon, and it'll just have a latch on the inside over there, and then it'll be hingeless down here, so this will all remain smooth. Again, I think I would almost split a factory tailgate and make it open both ways, like barn door style, or I would almost, I don't know. I would almost make it open normal. I'm not, but this all, when we decided to do these hinges up here, this back here has this big piece welded in it for the original hinges. Well, I did not put that piece back in there because it didn't attach to anything structural. It just made this double walled to make the tailgate, hinges seem firmer. But that's why all these rotted out right there, because the metal just broke away from the tailgate being slammed. So I didn't put that extra hunk back in there. So if we, were to change our mind, it'd be a little bit difficult now. I could get in there to do it, but it wouldn't be as fun. And then this is the quarter panel that is actually finished. This is another piece that we just make here in-house. Got a little bit of work needing to do right there, but it's pretty smooth. It's really, really nice and straight. It butts up there, down there really nice. And I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And this piece right here, this side had to be made out of a couple different pieces, and I wish we'd had more to work with, but this is kind of a parts bin truck. This is not even a truck someone would have bought for parts if they were hunting, because you wouldn't want the rear end out of it. Maybe a gasser or something would steal the front straight axle, but other than that, this truck really wasn't even a parts truck, because all this inner quarter work has been done on both sides. This truck has basically been cut completely in half, minus this top part. Frame rails, floor pans, everything, all the way back. Cross members have been out. The underneath is nice and shiny and new and straight. It's all clean. And the next big project is the roof, actually. If you can see in here, all these little spots that you see are holes where they were pulling dents out of the roof. Something's happened to it, and it's been completely collapsed, and it's got about a 1/2 inch of Bondo all the way across the whole thing. So we've got a complete roof that we're going to replace from this seam up, and it comes up here and splits right there. So I'm probably going to come up above with the other one. I actually don't know how I'm going to do it just yet. They cut it off about right here, and they left me about that much. So I don't know if, and then they left, I'm trying to think how they did it. I don't know if I want to leave more of this one and meet them up here and butt weld them, or if I want to try to slip that little bit back in there and weld it around, plug weld it around. I might do that, but we're going to narrow this front bumper and then tuck it in close, narrow it, and kind of get rid of this funky, awkward curve that doesn't match the body at all. We're going to try to tuck that in and maybe round it a little bit more to try to really get it to conform, and then leave the back one off. So, like I said, I just wanted to make a little video on this truck that I'm hoping to finish within the early months of this year. We're going to get it stripped, get it all primered, go get things sandblasted, and then kind of undercoated, bed coated, however. And then I'm going to get all of it straight. I'm going to prime it, and then he's going to have someone paint it. I don't have the place to paint a truck that I hope is this nice when it's done. So that is this little truck that's always sitting in the back corner. I've gotten a few comments about it over the years, not too many, but it deserves a little bit of love, as nice of a truck as it's going to be. So